Hey, shalom, shalom. First off, I'd like to say, call halal, Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shah Bahashim Rakakwadash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me. Also would like to say peace, blessings, and salutations to the hopeful elect, the Akim, that's pushing his word in all sincerity and faith throughout the four corners of the earth. For the few sincere sisters who watch and believe, shalom to you as well. Shalom to all of the new fruit, the new believers, the new viewership coming into the faith. Just back with another lesson. I was meditating on how pretty much the whole fashion industry, this whole new wave of everybody following fads and wanting to be trendy, that's a form of high level idolatry. And of course, it's a lot of witchcraft within some of these designer brands and labels. Like I know Balenciaga, they use children to market and advertise their brand, which, kind of throws out innuendos of pedophilia. But of course, other brands that don't even necessarily like you Israelites, you so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans. I know back in the 90s, Tommy Hilfiger, I think the owner of Tommy Hilfiger, he came out and openly said that he don't even really care if so-called black people wear his apparel and his designer brand. But you so-called Negroes was the biggest consumer of that Tommy Hilfiger brand. And that's just one example, of course, Ralph Lauren Polo, but even bringing it in today's time, I believe Gucci, they've been known, the owners and whoever is running Gucci, they've come out and openly said that they don't really design their clothes for the so-called, Negro and all of that. But Floyd Mayweather and other, notable rich people that can afford these designer brands, they still support these people. You got the Prada and even in Jake in these rap songs and, everything is just pushing the idolization of these fashion trends, man. You got to have on designer. You got to have on the Gucci belt. You got to have on the Louis shoes, the Louis slippers, Gucci slippers, So for the true believers, those that proclaim to believe in the Most High, Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shai, we shouldn't be following these trends because really it's all vanity at the end of the day, man. These designer brands, they're not going to be able to save you from what the impending judgment that the Most High has reserved for this place, man. Because all of these designer brands is really just a symbol of status. It's a status symbol just to be able to openly show how much money that you supposedly have, which a lot of people be fronting because some people, they're wearing knockoff, or so-called or fake designer. And a lot of people that spend money on the real designer, that ain't a reflection of how much wealth they have because they could be living paycheck to paycheck. They could be maxing out their credit card, and especially these women, man, because women, especially the Israelite women, they're the biggest consumers. They might not even have $1,000 tucked away for an emergency, but they got all of this designer crap on, man. But that just shows that today's fashion trends, that's just high level idolatry, man. I was just thinking about it. I was like, people really worship these different brands, man. If you don't have Gucci this or Fendi that, people looking at you some type of way in certain circles, And it's ridiculous because people are not measuring the times diligently in itself to see that major prophecies coming to pass. All types of wars and rumors of wars. I seen an article that Russia is cutting off the oil production. Pretty much we're on the brink of World War III. But you still got so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, mostly here in America, worrying about some damn designer. A nigga might not even have a car or even an apartment in his own name, but he got to have some designer on, man. So it's really just shameful at the end of the day. And none of this designer wear is not going to save you from what's to come. Matter of fact, I'll just start off with this. It says, because like I said, people, they want to put on this persona that, they're successful. And it's a status symbol really at the end of the day. And I'll just add the caveat. It's nothing necessarily wrong with having nice things. We're having high quality items as far as clothing to wear. But really, at the end of the day, all of this stuff is being made in some sweatshop over in Southeast Asia, you know. So none of it's really worth what people are paying for it at the end of the day. So as long as you get some stuff that, to me, that look good on you and really, most importantly, fit you well and it's comfortable, man, to hell with all of these damn designers, man. It's just a waste of damn money, man. And our people need to wake the hell up. And especially for brothers too, even myself, I like nice things, but I'm not just gonna be buying no designer like that. And if brothers got, designer stuff, I'm not trying to condemn you and trying to act holier than thou, but don't just let that be an idol, so to speak, man. I could see if you get a few pieces here and there over the years, but you just always got to have the latest, the newest and the latest designer, man. You treating it as a god, as an idol, and you going off. And ultimately, at the end of the day, it's not going to save you from the impending judgment that's about to be brought to this place. But I'll start off here in Proverbs 11:4. It says, riches profit not in the day of wrath, but righteousness delivereth from death. And we know that a lot of people out there, they're just faking the funk. They might have on real designer, but their bank account may not reflect any true or meaningful wealth, or that they're, what's the word I'm looking for? Financially savvy or financially free. They could be living paycheck to paycheck, but wearing all of the newest designer. But even for those, that can actually afford it, that are financially free, that are rich, that have wealth and substance, man, your riches, those status symbols is not going to save you in the day of death, man. It's knowing the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord, knowing the prophecies, and most importantly, being obedient through faith to the will of the Most High. That's what's going to deliver you from the judgment and the death that's to come, man. Because it's really getting played out, man, And I feel just how King Solomon felt, when he was in Ecclesiastes, saying it's all vanity, everything under the sun is all vanity and vexation of spirit. And if you always chasing the new and latest, designer clothing labels, man, you really need to evaluate yourself, especially if you proclaim to be a believer, man. And like I said, if brothers get certain nice things here and there, over time, that's fine, man. Because even myself, I like nice things too. But, when you're doing too much and going too far, and really just this whole social media age, all of these trends is just pushing people to go too far and try to push a personify a lifestyle that they don't really actually live or can't maintain, When the Most High, if he give you the bare basics, man, you should be thankful. Matter of fact, I'll get this right here. This is in 1 Timothy, the 6th chapter. And I'll start at verse 6. It says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. So the most important thing, if you're an Israelite especially, you want to seek the Creator in the days of thy youth while the evil days come not. Seek ye first the kingdom, and all things will be added. Just like King Solomon, before he was set up to be king, he asked for wisdom to judge such a great people, the nation of Israel. And the Most High was pleased with that request. And he added everything else into Solomon's life. Abundance, substance. And Solomon was probably actually walking around and wearing real gold, wearing real silk threads and the finest threads. And smelling like the finest of spices and oils and ointments, man. That can't even compare to some of the stuff that people idolize today, man. But going back in 1 Timothy 6:6, it says, but godliness with contentment is great gain. So if the Lord just give you some nice, comfortable clothing to wear, man, just be content with that, man. You don't have to have the newest Gucci this, all these women want the brand new Prada Gucci bag, Giuseppe boots. And I'm just naming all of these different labels, man, because that's what our people really idolize today, man. Even like I listen to some hip hop, from time to time. I know this guy, West Side Gun, he has a song or an album called The Devil Wears Prada. Or that may actually be Ye West, The Devil Wears Prada. But that just goes to show our people are completely bugged out, man, when it comes to just things that don't even matter, like clothes, Like Jake, they won't even really look to invest money into something that's gonna make them or expand their wealth. A nigga just to show off in front of another person that looks just like them with less than them, caught up in buying designer, man, the newest and the best designer. Which clothes, man, eventually they wear. It's just a bad investment if you're caught up in chasing all of these designer labels, man. And it's a god. It's becoming your god if you really too far into fashion trends like that, man. And Lord willing, this don't apply to most brothers, but I'm just speaking through the spirit in general because, people just today in general, they treat these damn fashion designer brands like a god, like an idol. Like if you don't have a certain designer, apparel on you, some people don't even want to go out, man, But back to 1 Timothy 6:7, it says, for we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out. And having food and raiment, let us be therewith content. So just having the basic necessities that the Most High allows you to have to survive from day to day, you should be content with those things, man. And I understand that certain brothers and people, they may have a higher quality of life than the next. I'm not saying for brothers to just slum it out, so to speak. If brothers have the ability to get nice things and, have good quality fabrics and clothes, then by all means, do what you got to do. But just you always got to have oh, man, that's the old Gucci, man. That what came out last year. That type of mindset, you going the hell off, man, because it's really not, it's at the end of the day, it's all vanity. It's not going to mean nothing in the times that we coming into, man, where food and the possibility of going through a famine, that's going to really be at the forefront of thought. You're going to be willing to sell all that designer if you ain't got no damn food, or if you don't have access to food or medicine during the times that we coming into in Jacob's trouble. So just having the basic necessities, just be content, man. It's just like Jake be doing way too damn much. And it's really just throwing off the mindset and the expectation of everything, man. All of this social media, everybody's pushing these personas of lifestyles that they don't actually live, man, or that they can't maintain, It's sad, man. And ultimately, it's our people are treating the fashion industry like a god, man. Worshiping these damn brands and just spending all your damn money, man, on something that's not building and maintaining your wealth. You making the damn so-called white man more richer, man. And that just goes to show the damn devil, he knows how to cater to our people's lust, man. He's made the fashion industry a damn idol, man. But if you're going to put on any type of clothing or garments, it should be the garment of truth, which I think that's in Isaiah. Matter of fact, because the law, according to the law, you're not supposed to be mixing fabrics anyway. A lot of these designer labels, man, they going off against the laws of the Most High, man. Mixing all types of different fabrics. It ain't 100% this. It ain't 100% that. It's mixed. Esau likes to mix and match. He likes to do hybrid type of stuff, man. Just like he's doing with the genetically modified foods. So you may think you have on a silk shirt, but it could be silk, polyester. It's all kind of shit mixed in there, man. And you paying, $1,000 for a silk shirt, which you perceive as a silk shirt that's not even 100% silk. But that just goes to show, man, that we are just in a vain state of existence right now. People don't really know what real value of and what they're supposed to prioritize importance on, man. But I'll get this real quick. Just speaking of garments that we should be focused on, which is this truth at the end of the day, learning the ways of righteousness, man. Isaiah 52:1, it says, awake, awake, put on thy strength, O Zion, which Zion is the monument of the Most High, Israel. You so-called Negroes and Latinos and Native Americans, and our strength is having access to the true power that controls the earth, the heavens and the earth. Yahweh, in the name of his only begotten son, Yahweh Shah. That's our strength, man. He gave us laws that made us holy and separate from the rest of the heathen nations, man. We have a standard of righteousness to live by. That's our strength. And only the elect, we're putting on that strength at this appointed time, man. It says, put on thy beautiful garments. So the beautiful garments are the garments of truth at the end of the day. Learning and applying this truth, repenting, casting off the filthy garment or all of the pollution and worldly ways, man. All of these worldly lust. So the true beautiful garments are the ways of righteousness, man. Putting on this truth, man. It says, O Jerusalem, the holy city, which Jerusalem, it represents the people before it's a place, man. It says, for henceforth thou shalt no more come into thee the uncircumcised and the unclean. And that's why ultimately, according to prophecy in Zechariah 13:8, 2/3 of Israelites going to even have to be cut off, man, because they're not going to get right. They're not going to come into the right frame of mind. They're not going to put on the beautiful garments, even though they might have a designer Gucci or a Fendi garment. Is full of stains and it's just filth and corrupt, man. Because that ultimately means just wickedness, man. Because a lot of our people, they may be wearing all of this designer, but they wearing designer to go commit adultery, to go commit murder, robbery, selling poison to each other, so on and so forth, man. But the elect, we're putting on the real beautiful garments, man, you know, through the spirit, which is this truth. But just the point in the lesson I was just meditating on, people, that they just treat the damn fashion brands as a damn idol, man. And it's real vain at the end of the day, man. That's just one of many reasons that the Most High is going to be so justified in just destroying this place, man. Because it's really just a clown show at this point, man. Nobody takes anything seriously. Some damn designer clothes is the last thing that anybody should be worried about in the time that we coming into, man. And I know I'm speaking generally, but more so to you Israelites, because you're the biggest consumers on the planet Earth, man. You have the least amount of money collectively as a nation of people, but you're the one that's spending the most on all of this designer bullshit by people who own these companies that don't even like you, man. It's sad. When really, if we was in the right spirit, we should be making our own garments and our own actual clothes and apparel, man. You know, and I know, some, Jakes out there, some Israelites, they're in the spirit to start their own clothing brands and stuff like that. And that's cool. But it's just sad that we idolize the things that our damn oppressor, the devil, gave us, man, to idolize. He told you that that's the best quality. He set the standard for what the best quality and what's considered opulence. And it's become an idol, man. And our people idolize these damn fashion trends and fashion labels and brands more than any other nation of people on the planet. So even though you may have all of this designer apparel on, and it could be real, man. You got the Gucci belt, you got this and that on, but you go around these heathen nations, to them, you just a nigga in some Gucci or a nigga in some Balenciaga or whatever crap you want to wear, man. And I try just to buy normal clothes, man. For one, I can't afford no designer, that's above my pay grade. But even if I could, I wouldn't buy it anyway. I would just buy stuff that looked good on me and that just fit me well, and just be done with it, man. That don't even necessarily have a label that this stands out. Because I don't worship clothing and brands. It's vanity, man. It's vain as hell. I'll get this and I'll end out the short lesson. Just speaking in the spirit. Oh, Jake, it's just Jake, because I just see it so much, it's just, it makes it just look whack at this point. Just having on designer, it looks all gaudy. You look loud. It just looks really distasteful to me. This is a Wisdom of Solomon 14:27. It says, for the worshiping of idols, and that even includes designer brands, man, because our people have made these designer clothing brands an idol. You worship these things like a god. You got some women, they don't even want to go out to with their friends to get something to eat if they don't got the newest designer purse or something like that. Just nonsense, man. And that can go into anything else, of course, too, whether it be the latest and newest car, the latest and newest gadget or iPhone, this, that, and the third, man. When really all of these different things, these worldly things, they're going to be destroyed at the end of the day, man. So serve the true power, man, that controls the issues of life and death. That's the point being made in this lesson. Know what to worship, man. Know what's vain. Know what's empty as hell, because vain means empty. Wisdom of Solomon 14:27, it says, for the worshiping of idols not to be named, and niggas love name brand too. Oh my goodness. It says, for the worshiping of idols not to be named is the beginning, the cause, and the end of all evil. So really, this whole fashion industry is evil as hell. And that's just one of many reasons why the Most High is going to destroy this place, man. Because through the damn serpent, the devil, he's created just another avenue of idolatry that separates our people from the Most High. But the elect, they know what time it is, man. And we putting off of those filthy garments, man. Because it amounts to wickedness and evil at the end of the day. That's the filthy garments I'm talking about. Because you could have on something name brand apparel and look and appear a certain way on the outside, but inside is nothing but corruption and death. And that's what's most of our people, that's how they're walking around. They're just inside full of just darkness and death, but they may have on a designer, this or that. But that's my rant for today. So Lord willing, this made sense and edified. I want to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakak, Wadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom, peace and blessings to the elect.